Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome to Season 2 of Vampyre Clan in ClanGen. In the last episode, the clan became flea-free, and Pumpkin Kit finally healed her cracked paws. And then things took a slightly spooky edge when Grandmaster Bluestar told an eerie story about Star Clan to the patrol cats. We are now picking up on the first turn of Leaf Bear, and it is Moon 93. So let's dive in and take a look at what happens next. Well, apparently the cats, or I should say the vampires, have decided to go into hibernation during Leaf Bear this time around because nothing interesting happened this moon. That's fine. We're gonna go straight to the medicine cat den and see what's going on. Sunnytail could not find any herbs this moon. Okay, they truly have gone into hibernation. What about relationships? Grandmaster Bluestar worries that the clan trusts Snapcat more than her. I mean, she's a kitten. She's a kitten, Bluestar. You're actually a grandmaster with age and wisdom on your side. I don't think you have to be that insecure. Grandmaster Bluestar thought Ibis Freckle was very polite today. Burnleaf purrs as Snapkid asks him to show her how to do a hunter's crouch. He obliges, happy to show his skills. That is so cute that Snapkid is asking her grandfather about how to hunt. Burnleaf is still a little hurt by Sunnytail but wants to try and make amends. Master Quietflight and Fornest work well on a patrol together. Master Quietflight just told Pumpkin Kid a hilarious joke. Master Quietflight promises Grandmaster Bluestar to always be there to protect her with her life. Yeah, she is one of Bluestar's loyalists, so this makes a lot of sense. Sunnykit uses one of Sunnytail's fears against him. Sunnykit, why are you trolling your father? That is so mean. Sunnytail spent a long time talking with Snapkit and was impressed by Snapkit's insight. Sunnytail and Ibis Freckle snuck out of camp together. Okay. You know what though? I kind of feel like Ibis Freckle left camp to go, I don't know, find more wild kittens to drink the blood of, and Sunnytail probably followed after her and she didn't say anything about him being with her and he kind of thought it was a thing they were doing together, but I don't know, I kind of feel like it would have been more one-sided. Ibis Freckle notices that Burnleaf is always one of the first to volunteer for a difficult task. Ibis Freckle asks for the last of Pumpkin Kit's fresh kill, but Pumpkin Kit says no. I have noticed since Pumpkin Kit was born, she has never gotten along well with her mother, Ibis Freckle. But I also feel like she doesn't know that her mother, she doesn't know why her mother feels like she's so different to every other cat, whereas her sister is more perceptive and more careful. The silence between Fornest and Eagle Dawn feels more uncomfortable than usual. Oh, I mean, Eagle Dawn and Bloomrise were mated for one moon before they, amicably broke up, and I don't think either of them have really, well, Eagle Dawn hasn't really pursued a romance anywhere else. Fornest, meanwhile, has been going a little bit back and forth with Bloomrise. They've got a little bit of something on the side. We're not entirely sure though. I'm wondering if Eagle Dawn is aware of maybe his father, Fornest, going for his ex-mate. And Fornest knows that Bloomrise was previously mated to his son Eagle Dawn. So, but they don't want to say anything to each other. They're not sure what is the okay sort of conversation to traverse. So they're choosing to stay silent, and it's uncomfortable. It's like there's an elephant in the room. Yeah, that's intriguing. Fornest warns Sunnykit about something on the ground so Sunnykit doesn't trip. Bloomrise and Eagle Dawn couldn't agree which way to go on a patrol and got home late. I wonder if Eagle Dawn is, something about it maybe does bother him, even if he hasn't really thought about it much or expressed it, and because of the weight he was carrying from the silence between him and his father, he wasn't really wanting to agree with Bloomrise on anything. It's like talking about something without talking about it, and you're talking about something else, but you mean this other thing, and they just couldn't agree about the patrol, which is what Bloomrise was probably talking about. Bloomrise notices how Snapkid is being helpful around camp. Eagle Dawn thinks Fornest is a very good listener. Okay. Pumpkin Kit and Bloomrise play hide and seek, but Bloomrise supposedly forgets to look for Pumpkin Kit for hours. Oh. Now I'm wondering if Eagle Dawn finally went to Fornest, to his father, to actually talk about whatever it was he was going through, what he was feeling, or maybe he just wanted to talk to Fornest, not about Bloomrise per se, but about how his patrol with Bloomrise was really bad, and Fornest was patiently kind of just sitting there and listening to Eagle Dawn, which is very mature of him considering he is a childish cat. Sunny Kid wishes that a clanmate liked him as much as they like Bloomrise. And then Snap Kit has been a little kinder to Bloomrise today. And that is all we have for events. Let's see what's going on in the cat list. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention was that the kittens are actually 5 moons old today, which means it is the final moon. They're going to stay as itty bitty little ones. They're going to become fledglings in the next episode. It also means that Blue Star is going to be keeping an eye out for potential mentors for all 3 of her grandchildren. So that's going to be exciting. Grandmaster Blue Star helps out around camp in between her duties. Master Quiet Flight is hoping Owlfeather didn't have too many regrets when she died. Aww. This is interesting because Quiet Flight hasn't thought about Owlfeather ever. Like, she hasn't really thought about Owlfeather since her death, but the fact that today, out of nowhere, she is kind of wondering or hoping that Owlfeather didn't have too many regrets, I don't know. To me, it feels like she might be remorseful finally for the actions of her daughter. Like, up until this point, she's kind of been in denial. But I think finally she is beginning to accept that Owlfeather didn't do anything wrong, and she hopes there wasn't something that was kind of cut off in Owlfeather's life. I mean, obviously there was, but I think that Quiet Flight, to alleviate some of her helplessness and some of her guilt as the mother of the murderer, is maybe hoping that Owlfeather did get to do everything she wanted to do while she was alive. And it's interesting that she has become bold. I don't know when this happened, but she used to be charismatic before, I think. So I definitely think this incident with her daughter Ibis Freckle, it has changed her perspective on life. And she is being more bold, but I think we've seen that a little bit. Or maybe she's decided, instead of being afraid of her daughter, she should take accountability a little bit for what happened and try and actively change her daughter. Maybe. Sunnytail can't seem to sit still. Ibis Freckle is grateful to Sunnytail for her treatment. Okay, that is interesting. We know that Sunnytail has been spending a lot of time with her and kind of giving her attention, I think trying to fix her in some way. Or maybe he was trying to be there for his kittens, and then along the way he fell in love, and now he's trying to fix her, kind of like Quiet Flight. And I'm wondering if a part of him is getting through to Ibis Freckle. I actually want to check up on their relationship to see. Yeah, he is quite in love with Ibis Freckle. And what about Ibis Freckle? She... yeah, look, guys, she only has a 1.5 romance spot with Sunnytail. She's not in love with him. I really feel like she treats him quite coldly. And it's completely one-sided. But maybe a part of her, a small, glimmer of her deep inside, is grateful to Sunnytail. Fornest can't stand this cold. Bloomrise is being begged by Sunny Kit to teach him a few moves, despite Sunny Kit being a kit. Well, he's gonna be a fledgling in the next episode. Eagle Dawn is asking Sunny Kit an important question. Burnleaf is thinking about how too many cats die young. Yeah, Burnleaf knows. I mean, he lost his favorite daughter, Fire Ivy, when she was Mistwalker, but still, she was relatively young. She barely got to live life. Pumpkin Kit is sharing tongues with Sunny Kit. Sunny Kit is trying to force his way into being allowed to guard camp. Snap Kit has taken up the role of guarding the fresh kill pile from cats wanting an extra piece and is taking her job very seriously. And that is all we have for the cats in the cat list. Okay, I'm excited for patrols because I want to see who might be able to stand out to Blue Star to potentially become a mentor for the kittens in the next episode. We currently have 81.3 prey and we need 20.5. Let's send Sunnytail out first, our Nightstalker. The cold leaf bear might have killed off a lot of greenery, but Sunnytail knows that the dandelions are only playing dead. If he can get his paws on a plant, the roots will still hold fresh, milky white sap. Maybe there's some wild garlic out there as well. Proceed. Sunnytail can't say it's fun, swiping away snow to scrounge for the stems and roots of wilted dandelions below. But what matters currently is that it's possible. At least the wild garlic bulbs he sniffed out nearby were in much better shape, and as stinky as ever. So wild garlic and dandelion were gathered. And finally, the exciting bit, we have a patrol with Eagle Dawn, Bloomrise, Fornest, Quiet Flight, and Blue Star. So let's see if anyone stands out. Grandmaster Blue Star flicks her tail thoughtfully. What direction does she want to take this training patrol? Okay, so I'm guessing she's choosing to assess these cats during the training patrol. Proceed. Without a clear direction of her own, Grandmaster Blue Star puts the goals of the training up for a vote. It's a terrible idea, literally hurting cats, and no one can agree on what they should all be focusing on. Okay, nobody stood out, which means Blue Star is really gonna have to think about who might be the best fit for all of her grandchildren, because no one really seems as though they are maybe the ideal material for mentor. So she's gonna have to just think about everyone's strengths and weaknesses and how she might want to shape her grandchildren going forward. But okay guys, with that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Oh my goodness, do you guys see Pumpkin Kid and Snap Kid by the leader's den snuggled up? That is so cute. Oh my goodness. But okay, I'm gonna leave off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.